Alright, so if you're trying to resell sneakers in 2023 and you are not in the Cook Group, bro, you are in last place. And if you don't know what a Cook Group is, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and make it easy for you. What it is a group of resellers. We share information, we share tactics, we share just information on how to cop limited items. Now, the purpose of this, right? How does this help us? How does this benefit us in any way? So the purpose is obvious, right? It's to help people who are beginners become better sneaker resellers. It's to give you information on shock drops. I mean, this information ultimately helps you become a better reseller because you have information that the general public does not have. I get asked a lot in my free Discord, like, bro, how do I know when a shock drop is happening? Or how did everybody know the Pandas were dropping today on Nike? And that's because most members are in some sort of Cook Group. Now in this video, what I'm gonna do is go in depth and tell you exactly why you need to join the Cook Group, how to join the Cook Group, and once again, just why it's so vital for beginners to start there. Hey, what up? My name is Rico, and I make a video about how to make money every single day on this channel. Make sure you hit subscribe to be notified every time I drop a video. Now, the number one benefit of joining the Cook Group is no doubt, bro, the information that you receive. Cook Groups provide members with just up-to-date information about everything that's going on in the sneaker world, right? It'll tell you, it's gonna tell you upcoming release dates, right? It's gonna tell you every single raffle, like when the Travises dropped, right? If you were in the Cook Group, then you were able to join every single raffle that was available for the Travises, right? Because these are ultimately bots that are monitoring the whole internet and delivering this information. Another super valuable part of just being in the Cook Group, bro, and the information it provides is stock numbers, right? Now, stock numbers give us the best idea of honestly what all of our chances are to cop on a specific shoe. Now, of course, if you watched me before, then you know that I've taught that ultimately demand is the biggest factor. However, having those stock numbers just gives you an idea of how many pairs there's gonna be, and once again, everybody's realistic chance to cop a sneaker. When it comes to shock drops, right? Newsflash, I'm gonna go ahead and let you in on the secret. Most shock drops are not actually a shock to people who are in Cook Groups. A lot of the times, if you're in the Cook Group, you know about a shock drop maybe almost a week before it happens, right? And so with shock drops, having release alerts is also very beneficial for beginners, for people who are trying to get a leg up in copping sneakers, because a lot of the times when there are true shock drops, speed matters, right? And so by the time you get it on one of those recycled Twitter accounts, it might be too late. But if you're in a Cook Group, a lot of the times, less than 5 seconds after these products go live, most Cook Group members are notified. Another valuable piece of information that good Cook Groups offer is brick flips. Now what brick flips are is pretty much sneaker flipping, but we're not talking about just hype shoes here. We're talking about sneakers that aren't hype, aren't just crazy in demand, but still have some profit. And so at times like January, the top of the year, when releases are slow, a lot of resellers make their bones, they make their living off of bricks, right? And so instead of having to go loop a million stores, right, having to go to Marshalls, go to all these different places to like find sales and then go check and see what the price on eBay is or the price on StockX, the brick flip information just kind of tells you like, hey, this shoe is below retail here, go grab it, or use this coupon code to get it below retail, and then boom, you can make $50 profit on it. Now, one concept that was taught to me early that I believe in is that the past and history is the biggest indication of what the future may be. So another piece of information that Cook Groups, or at least good Cook Group provide, is drop recaps, right? Now, drop recaps basically are exactly what they sound like. That is experts, right? Botters, people like that, analyzing what happened on this drop, what went wrong, what went right, and that ultimately tells you, hey, this person was able to secure a couple pairs just using their Chrome browser. So maybe next time a shoe like that comes or releases that exact same way, then you know, hey, you could do that exact same method and possibly have success. We talked about botters, right? You can learn how to become a botter in a Cook Group, because guess who's in these groups? Other botters, right? And there's no better person to learn botting from than an existing botter. Now, let's talk about how to join a Cook Group, right? Now, it's pretty simple, right? First, I'm gonna tell you this, and this is somewhat of a grand announcement, right? So, I'm actually proud to announce that I have started my own Cook Group, right? Catered to resellers, catered to beginner resellers, right? Who need that extra time, who need somebody to be there to talk to them and answer their questions, no matter how big or small their questions may be, right? So, I'm gonna have my link in my description, but make no mistake, I want you to join a Cook Group whether you join mine or not. And so the best way to find a Cook Group today in 2023 is actually just either searching on Discord, right, or going to Waddup.io. Now on Waddup, you'll see a large collection of Cook Groups. You'll even get to kind of check some out, look at them, and see if they're a fit for you. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, the price point on them do vary, right? There are some expert Cook Groups, right, especially the ones that you see on the front page of Waddup. Those are expert Cook Groups, And while I once again suggest that everybody does it, that everybody joins a cook group, bigger cook groups, more advanced cook groups can be overwhelming for beginners, because once again, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, in the resale community, so in the resale world, there aren't a lot of people that are gonna sort of coddle you, right? If you get in there and ask a question that people deem silly or a beginner question, then they're gonna grill you about it, right? So cook groups like that, I would suggest that beginners stay away from, but ultimately any cook group you join should be able to help you. Now, I'm gonna give you some tips on how to make the best out of a cook group and how to like really use it to your advantage, right? So the very first thing that you need to do is you need to be active, right? You need to make yourself known. You need to talk. You need to ask questions. You need to join in the conversation. You need to post success, because I see a lot of people in cook groups, right, and they get in and they try to pick for information, which is cool, right? That's what you're there to do. However, I think the most undervalued and most underrated part of a cook group environment is that networking aspect, right? And so if you're never in the chat, if you're never active, then number one, you're never seeing what's going on. But number two, you're not connecting with bigger resellers. You're not connecting with bigger botters, right? Like I met my boy Fowler, who to this day has helped me with all my botting stuff in a cook group, right? My very first cook group that I was ever in, he was one of the botters in there that kind of helped people like me, beginners, just go to the next level, right? And he today has a pretty big resale operation, and it just feels good to be able to call up there to Connecticut sometimes, bro, and get some expert opinion, right? And be able to reach out to him, and that connection was formed from me being active in that group. Also, I'm gonna suggest you listen to the admins, right? Listen to the experts in the group. A lot of the times they're gonna tell you the answers to the test, bro. It's just as easy as you doing it, right? Turn on your notifications for your cook group. Turn on your notifications for the most important channels, right? Because as you know, most cook groups are hosted on Discord, right? So just make sure you're active, bro. Make sure you're doing a lot. Also, pay attention to the resale guides, right? A lot of the times, bro, we try to reinvent the wheel. We try to, even make excuses for why this won't work for me, but bro, just follow the guides, right? Because once again, most cook groups are ran by experienced resellers, right? And like, take for instance, like even with my group that I'm doing, right? I'm in it, but there's more advanced resellers than me in this group, right? Who's really building this for me, right? So definitely understand that the people that are running your cook group, whether it's mine, whether whoever you're in, just realize, bro, they know what they're talking about, and don't get caught up in thinking too much, bro. If you got the capital and they're telling you, hey, this pair, go take stock on this pair, go do it, because I promise you, by the time you realize it and you see all the success of people like, oh, I just sold mine in the last 10 minutes, then it'll be too late, right? So don't miss out. The importance of a cook group in today's world, bro, especially if you want to resell anything, is just 100% important, right? I have another video where I talk about how to become a sneaker reseller. Meet me over in that video. Rico gang, I love y'all. Let's get it.